In a galaxy far, far away, we have Troll! What's up, everyone? It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, guys. And guess what? We are back at it again with another Star Wars review! Excuse me. And then today we have Gamorrean Guard. Right here. Look at him. Look at him. Doesn't he look delicious? I think he might be a little bit stale. You know, I think he might be a little bit moldy because he has green skin. I wouldn't eat green bacon. I don't think green bacon is healthy for you. Or a green ham. Green ham. Look at that. Green eggs and ham. Wait. Never mind. Okay, guys. So, as you guys can see, we have the Gamorrean Guard right here. A much sought after figure, a figure that I've been looking for a while now to add to my Star Wars collection. And today we are going to go ahead and slice him open. Yeah, slice open that pig. And take a closer look at this Gamorrean Guard. So here we go, ladies and gents. And I just want to note, the box is in stupendous detail. There's nothing wrong with this box. It is absolutely flawless. So shout out to the person I bought this from off the internet. Whoever you are. Again, I'm not going to display him in the box. He is going to be taken out the box and he's going to be displayed. I'm gonna let him roam free. I'm gonna let this piggy roam free. So we're gonna take out the Gamorrean Guard, and if you guys may have seen a review of this this figure, because he is not new, but he's not old. You know what I mean? So I'm sure you've seen many reviews of this Gamorrean Guard. So let's pop him out. And he's a portly fellow. Okay, I didn't even notice he was like wrapped up. This little piggy went to market. Wow, man. Wow. That was a pain in the butt. Alright. So, here is the Gamorrean Guard, guys. The sought after Gamorrean Guard. Dude. Man. Whoever came up with this idea, you know, I don't know if they're geniuses or what, but dude, he is I can't. I can't. Let me bring my camera down a little bit because he is a small little fella. I'll measure him for you too, guys, towards the end of the video. And yeah, he's much smaller than I thought he would be. I thought he would be a much bigger character. But as I was saying before, yeah, whoever invented this, you know, I mean, who thought about making a green pig, a guard in a Star Wars movie? You know, George Lucas says, we need some more aliens. Well, I have an idea. How about a green pig who's a guard? You know what? Oh, look at that. He's got somewhat double-jointed legs. Pretty good articulation for a pig. Look at that. Look at his legs. Look at his sandals, dude. He's got some great articulation for a portly little pig. What I was going to say, guys, is if they ever decide to do a movie based in the future and you have cops in the future, they should be pigs. I think there's been a lot of movies that have been done throughout the years where they've had aliens and then they had police officers and they missed an opportunity there to have a pig as a police officer. Now, if you're a police officer watching this review, then take it as a compliment. that's the part of the job, man. You know, when you're a cop, when you're authority, you're not going to be liked by a lot of people. We'll just put it like that. And his butt, I'm feeling, is rubber. His little diaper right here underneath the cloth, his cloth goods. Dude. He does have a swivel, look at that. He does have rotation for a little portly fella. Really no articulation in the head. A jaw is somewhat articulated. You can get it to open up when you move the head up. So yeah, look at that. You can get him to open up. Bleh. Bleh. You will not have me for dinner. Yeah, overall detail is pretty nice. I think the green paint is a little bit too bland. You know what I mean? I think from Return of the Jedi, I think he was a little bit more dirtier, wasn't he? Because he's a pig. You got breaks here at the upper thighs. And listen, a very nicely sculpted pig. And he's got some nice weight to him as well. So let's break out his weapons, guys. And he does come with some pretty cool weapons. Oh yeah, if you saw at the beginning of the video, here was the troll from my last review from Spawn. And they actually go pretty damn well together, I have to admit. So we'll do a little side-by-side comparison of the troll and this guy right here. So we'll pop out his weapons. Let's see. That. And that. So, I don't know, I can't remember, maybe I do remember these weapons. I'd have to watch the movie over again. It's been a while since I've seen that scene. But here are the sculpted axes. Axes of love, bold as love. If you guys know that, then you're pretty awesome. And then you have his spear right here. Right here, you have his spear right here. So let's pop the spear in, and his hands are rubber. So that's always a plus. They've made you know, we've had many discussions, guys, before where I've talked about having rubber hands and articulated fingers. And I see why they have rubber hands now. It's way better to grip the weapons to have rubber hands. So here's the Gamorrean Guard holding the axe. You know what? Let's take the spear out for a moment. I want to have him holding the two axes. Two axes of love. Pretty cool figure, man. Let me go in close for him. I'm going to measure him, and then we'll do a little comparison of the last review that I had of the Spawn troll figure. And I've said this many times before, guys, you know, when reviewing, you know, some of these Star Wars figures and some of the figures from, you know, that took place in the future, how they used a lot of this armor, you know, in style, fashion, whatever you want to call it, the medieval look, how it translates over so well into like futuristic movies, from, you know, even the pirate, you know, wardrobes and the samurai wardrobes and the medieval, you know, wardrobes, Viking wardrobes, how well they carry over into movies like Star Wars and other movies of that nature. So here is the Gamorrean Guard with Berserker the Troll, my last review, and look how well they go together, guys. When I did the review of the Berserker, I brought out Thor. Oh yeah, Thor Avengers was another example how the Thor wardrobe kind of translated over into the Viking age or medieval age, because it makes sense, because he is Thor, he's the god of thunder, so he's from that era, you know what I mean? But yeah, they actually go pretty well, guys. And also, yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, you can put any of these figures, you know, especially this one right here, the Spawn figure, with your Lord of the Rings collection, if you have a Lord of the Rings collection, and how well they go together. So that's why I love reviewing all different kinds of action figures, because a lot of these action figures, they have a lot in common as far as wardrobe and as far as look and mutant wise, you know what I mean? Very nice figure. Okay, let's break out the tape measure. Let's go ahead and measure him, and I'm going to go ahead and give you my rating. So he stands just at, we'll say, about 5.5 inches, guys. So he's a pretty small little guy. Listen, if you're collecting Black Series, he's a great addition to your collection. I highly recommend him. The detail is pretty nice overall. The green look, I don't really like the green, like, bland look. You know, I wish there was a little bit more detail to this, but I understand. You know, it is done by Hasbro, and Hasbro is not known for doing a lot of details on their figures, you know what I mean? They kind of keep it plain and simplistic. But I think figures like these, you know, when you're doing figures like these, like from the Spawn, you need, like, more detail to them. You know what I mean? I mean, if you look at this, he's from 2002. This guy came out earlier this year, right? Or last year. And you see, this is Hasbro, this is McFarlane. And you see, you know, this was 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if I'm right, what, 17 years old? Am I right with the math? 17 years old with this figure right here compared to something that came out this year. You see how McFarlane was ahead of his time. And with Hasbro, the detail is not really all there, but it is Hasbro, so I'm going to give it a break. At least they painted the guy's toenails, right? So overall, nice figure, man. He's a nice figure to add into your collection. I do recommend him as a Star Wars fan. You definitely have to have this guy in your collection, especially if you're a fan of the Return of the Jedi and the older movies, the first Star Wars movies that came out. And this is probably how I'm going to have him pose, because I like these axes better than the spear. The spear here, the spear right here, this spear. And the overall face detail is pretty nice. The horns on him as well, the teeth, the eyes, they did an amazing job. The face sculpt is nice, don't get me wrong, they did a pretty amazing job. I mean, the figure itself, the character itself, I mean, it didn't really have great detail because it was done in the 70s, and, you know, well, I mean, you look at a lot of, there were a lot of figures that are characters that were done in the 70s, like the aliens. They did an amazing job with the aliens. So I can't really, you know, complain about the characters of the 70s, the alien characters of the 70s, because some of the characters are pretty awesome. But yeah, I give this Gamorrean Guard, I'll give him a 8, guys. It's not a solid 8, but it is an 8 nonetheless. It's pretty nice. If they had given him a little bit more detail, especially some black wash over on the armor, and just made him a little more dirtier like they did with the jacket here, I'd probably give him a higher score. And I mean, look, even they did like the wash on the blades here. I think, you know, if they did that there, why couldn't they just give him like a black wash over his legs and the rest of his body, and even his face too? So we'll leave it at that, guys. An 8 from this. For this character, it's not even a solid 8. It's a steady 8. We'll leave it at that. So yeah, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'll give it an 8. I'm not hating. I'm pretty happy to have this figure in my collection. So tell me what you guys think of this Gamorrean Guard. Do you like him? Are you gonna pick him up? Are you a Star Wars fan? If you're not a Star Wars fan, are you gonna be a Star Wars fan? I really like this Black Series collection. I highly recommend this figure. Even though I gave it an 8, I still think the figure is pretty damn awesome. So we'll leave it at that, guys. Tell me what you guys think of this review. Hit the like button if you like this review. Comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to receive more cool, awesome reviews like this. And there you guys have it. I just want to thank you guys for watching. And guess what? I'll catch you guys later. Bye.